Vintage. What comes to your mind when I say that word? To me, vintage makes me think of classic, something high quality, something that you just can't easily produce, takes time, aged to near perfection. Those are the things I think of. And that's the reason why I chose to name this 4-week series VP Fitness, Vintage Person's Fitness, because that's how I like to view myself. I'm old. It's okay. I'm 53 and a half. And yes, aches and pains and arthritis and, low back pain, brain processes. Things are slower and achier and harder to accomplish. But I love this time in my life. And if I can do something fitness-wise, wellness-wise to take care of myself and view myself more as vintage than just old, then that's going to make for a better quality of life for me. I want to be able to pursue my hobbies longer. I want to be able to enjoy my daily activities. I want to be able to lift my grandkids, throw them around. That's what I want. And hopefully staying active, staying cognizant of things that make me better, will make me age better, will make me more vintage in the classiest way, are the things I want to pursue. So join with me for today and the next 3 weeks as we explore some things that will definitely help from a fitness standpoint. When I talk about vintage and aging, we know that balance, stability, flexibility, mobility, strength, endurance, all of those are very important topics to explore, and we will get to all of those in the next 3 weeks. Today we're going to focus on balance. And balance and stability can sometimes be confused. Even though they're best friends and one affects the other, they're a little bit different. Balance is the ability to control your body through space with gravity, but without movement. So as I'm standing here, my ability to judge balance and my level of balance has nothing to do with me being moved forward, back, side to side, or transversely. I'm just still, but gravity applies, and I'm trying to control my body. That's balance. Stability is balance in motion. So moving, grabbing things, shutting the car door, getting all those groceries, that involves stability, which is directly related to my level of balance. So we're going to work on those issues particularly today. As we age, some things we definitely can't change, and a few of those that affect our balance are those little fine inner ear hairs that affect our balance, and we get a worsening of our depth perception. And so as we age, you hear a lot about your friends, your parents having falls. So gaining better balance and doing balance drills will help prevent against those falls, and we want to definitely do that. Also, we can do different things to strengthen our core that will help us to not be so susceptible, and our agility to not be so susceptible to those falls. So we're going to get right into those. The first drill we're going to do has to do with just walking the line. And what I mean by that is this. I want you to take one foot, you can do this barefoot or with tennis shoes, and we're just going to place it in front of the other. So as we walk, we're placing one foot in front of the other, and then here, and then here, and then here. That may seem rudimentary, but it gets harder, and we can add some more challenges to it. So as we walk the line, I want you to initially look down, see where you're going, right? Then, to take it up a notch, I want you to take your vision forward. Your gaze should be forward looking, trying to place the heel in front of the toe, doing it backwards as well. The next level of complexity would be to add a knee lift. Knee lift, walk forward. Knee lift, walk the line. Knee lift, walk the line. And backwards, lift it up, place it. We're not going for speed here. We're simply going for keeping on that, say, 4 to 6 inch width of a line. The next level of complexity is turning your head. So walking straight ahead as you turn your head to one side, or to the other, and doing it backwards. It's not so easy. Excellent. Next one we're going to look at as far as drills are standing balance. Now, I'd recommend having a wall or your kitchen counter or a chair somewhere near, just to be able to reach out for safety and security, so that you'll feel more confident and more comfortable trying these. But a standing balance, again, can be done barefoot or in your tennis shoes, and just try standing. Now try standing with your eyes closed and open them back up. Let's try standing with one foot lifted. Now you can change the direction and where that leg is in space to affect your balance. Just try lifting it barely off the ground. Go for about 8 to 10 seconds, maybe a little higher. Maybe we're going to take that leg back and just start with a kickstand where we've got 80-20. 80% on the front leg, 20% on the back leg, kind of a kickstand. Or maybe we're going to brace ourselves, pull our tummies into our spine, keep our chest proud, but lift that leg in back. Single standing leg. Very, very good for your balance control and getting better at it. Another thing to add is just like we did with walk the line, close your eyes. So try closing your eyes. I need my chair. And then once you find that balance, try to hold it 10 seconds, maybe 15. Standing balance. The third drill is a parallel squat. Now, normally you just hear the word squat. But again, get near a wall, a chair, a counter. Your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. Your chest is going to be proud or upright. And you're going to sit back on your heels. I should be able to slide a piece of paper underneath your toes and retract it. So you want that weight back on your heels. Sitting down, using that balance is super important. The next thing to consider is this. I'm not looking down, I'm looking forward, or where my gaze naturally goes on the horizon. Also, as I'm sitting back, as my heels are going back into the ground, my weight is going back in, I can have my hands here, I can have them out front, I can have them out to the side. But I don't want this. I don't want your knees to drop in. You don't like it maybe when just visitors drop in, especially with COVID, so you don't want your knees dropping in either. Push them out, push your weight to the outside of your shoes, your feet to the outside of your shoes. And try to hold it for a few seconds and then come up. Inhale through your nose as you go down. Wait a few seconds, tummy in, chest proud, shoulders back, and then stand up. Parallel squat. Sometimes you can just hold it for a few repetitions, 5 repetitions, 10 repetitions, your choice, but definitely include that in your repertoire. Another exercise we're going to do is front and back stepping. So this is much like I did with walk the line, where I'm going front, facing forward, and then I'm going back. But as we do this, what I want you to try is having your hands out. So this is a progression from just walking the line. So front and back stepping, I'm taking 1 foot front and lifting it and taking it back. 1 foot front and taking it back. And then I'm going to take my hands down. And then I'm going to take my hands in front. And then I'm going to switch feet. Front and back. And front and back. And front and back. I'm not doing this. This is what I want to do. I want to kind of counterbalance, but we're trying to keep our torso straight, erect, and not tilt to one side. Front and back. And front and back. Excellent. The next one is toy soldier. This is going to help with hamstring flexibility, because we know as we reach over and hinge forward, those hamstrings can get tight. They can either be tight from just genetics, or over time you haven't used them enough and worked on your flexibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to loosen them up. Again, hold on to that wall, counter, table, and we're just going to take our feet alternately kicking forward. Now, from here, just use one hand and go for the same foot. The same foot as the hand. Same foot. Then you'll try it with the other. Oh! Same hand to foot. From there, we progress to hands out here. If you're comfortable, trying it just with the hands in front. So kind of Frankenstein. Watch what happens. I'm going to take my opposite hand to my toe. Pace, irrelevant. Form, super important. Stand up tall, abdominals in, straight ahead. You'll notice the longer you do this, the warmer those muscles get, the more you feel like you can extend, either keeping that leg straighter or leg a little bit higher. Awesome, toy soldier. The last one I'm going to show you, or the next to last one I'm going to show you, is sidestepping. So when we were younger, in those glory days-ish, which are not glory days, we've established that vintage is much better. We did something, or could have done something called a karaoke, where it's kind of a side drill that you do front and back. My version of that is simply sidestepping. So I'm going to take one foot in front, step out to the side. That foot is then going to go behind and step out. So I'm keeping my same foot forward, same foot back. Foot forward and extend, foot back and extend. Let's try it with the other leg. One foot crosses in front, step out to the side. That foot crosses behind, step back outside. This is how I start. Just focusing on one side, same foot keeps going in front, same foot keeps going behind. Then from here, we're going to take a little walk. We're going to step in front with one foot, step out with the other, then step behind, step out, then the other way. Step in front, step out, step behind, step out. Step in front, step out, step behind, step out. Step in front, step out, step behind, step out. Try that, increase your distance, start with one leg repeatedly as I did, and then the other leg, and then try the alternating back and forth and increase your distance. Wall to wall, down your driveway, a portion of sidewalk, give it a shot. Now the last drill I'm going to do is called a bird dog. I'm going to do it from all four position, so hands flat, knees. Now right now I've got 4 points of contact. Hand, hand, knee, knee, that's 4, plus 2 toes makes 6. So this by itself is 6 points of contact. In a bird dog, you're going to lift one leg up, find your balance, keeping your hips square, keep your shoulders away from your ears, so you want to push them back and down. I'm going to then take my opposite arm to whatever leg is out, and I'm going to hold it out. Now, how many points of contact do I have? If I had 6 to begin with, and I took half of them away, I've got one hand, one knee, one toe. So that's 3 points of contact. I'm going to start here and hold for a matter of 3 to 10 seconds, working on keeping my shoulders squared, hips squared. If I had a glass of milk on my hips, on my low back, try to keep it steady. And then switch. Leg, toe is down, heel is toward the ceiling or up. Opposite hand in front, and I'm going to hold here. And again, as we become vintage, we know that our right and our left become more like, well, this is my good leg, this is my bad leg, as opposed to right and left. So if this bothers your knees, you can always add some padding, roll up the mat again, or change to a different position. So that is from all fours with 3 points of contact. If you want to make it more difficult as you master it, but you don't want to progress before you earn that progression, earn your progression, don't leap forward. So earn it gradually so that you don't end up injured. If you want to increase this difficulty, we've got leg, opposite arm. What you can do is lift that toe up. That gives you 2 points of contact. And you can attempt to hold that instead of 3. Noticeably harder. Opposite leg to hand, 3 points here. I lift my toe, I have 2. And down. And then the way we come up is just the way we get up. You might want a chair for this one. All the way. Thank you for joining me today for the first of our 4-week series, VP Fitness, Vintage Person Fitness. I've also included on the link, below the link with the video, some different ideas, 10 different things that you can do to work on your balance, to work on your stability, And a couple of those include gentle yoga. So I've included a 7-minute gentle yoga video link, as well as just a link to a simple line dance. Dancing and learning movement, very simple movement, is fantastic, fantastic. I can't express that enough for helping with your balance and your stability. So join me in enjoyment of those 2 links. Until next week, see you later, and stay vintage.